He seemed to be particularly hard on you at times. What kind of impact did that have on you?
I think it made me a better player. I think he challenged me like no one ever challenged me before. It goes back to you being at UConn with Coach Calhoun. They push you to be the best. They want you. They know you can help us. And there was no easy ride, no free ride in Chicago. And he wanted me to be the best player I could be.
Why do you think he singled you out? It seemed I couldn't make up. Well, I won't put words in your mouth. What do you think it was that made him single you out?
I think he knew I had more potential that I tapped into, and he pushed me to be the best player I could be. And no one's ever done that. Like I said, I think the challenge of every day of coming at me, plus me being the new guy, really that played a lot of minutes that year. He just wanted me to be prepared for what I was going to face later on in that season.
You know, I've heard people talk about playing for different teams and with very demanding coaches, or I guess in this case teammates, as not being a lot of fun. And I've always thought what seems like fun is winning. Losing seems like it wouldn't be a lot of fun. Would you say you had a good time that 1 year with the Bulls?
I had an unbelievable time. Like you said, winning does cure everything, but learning from the best, getting pushed by the best coaches, learning from the best coaches, and playing with 3 Hall of Famers, you can't ask for anything better than that. Anybody in the world would switch faces with me to be on that. And I love going to practice every day. Not one day I thought about I can't go to practice. I'm miserable. I can't take him. I love going to practice every day.
What would you say was the best part of it? We've now seen, it feels like almost everything that happened in that season. What do you remember the most fondly about it?
I would say that the camaraderie of the team, everyone enjoyed playing with each other. It was a great family atmosphere. Guys had the same goal, winning the championships. There wasn't petty issues of, contracts. Guys wouldn't pass to each other. Well, Scottie's issue never came onto the court with the team. So everybody was focused on one goal to win championships, and no other team I played with had that was that tight knit and had that going for them the whole season.
And what was the hardest part? What do you recall as the most difficult time of that year?
Going to practice every day. Games are easier because we couldn't yell at you as much during games or push you as much during games. So practice was the hardest thing every day. But like I said, I welcome the challenge.
I enjoyed watching back last night that Eastern Conference Final Series against the Pacers. What an extraordinary series that was. And while I've said the words out loud, I really thought they were going to lose at some point. Many times since then, I was reminded of just how close it came. What are your recollections of that? And at any point did you think to yourself, holy smoke, these guys might beat us?
Definitely, Granny. Being my only chance to really win a championship, I was nervous. I was nervous.
We may be having some trouble with Scott's audio there. And Scott, can you still hear me? Because I had one other thing I really wanted to ask you, and let's see if this works. We'll give our best shot at it here, because you're currently coaching at Southern Connecticut State. And I'm just curious, the leadership style that Michael used there, that we all saw, that could be very tough and very demanding, do you think that could work with today's athletes? Well, we went for it. And obviously, it wasn't meant to be. We are doing the best we can here, obviously, the circumstances of technology being what they are. I do find it really fascinating because you look at a guy like Jordan, who was as hard on his teammates as you would envision a really tough coach being, almost a Lombardi-esque, Belichickian kind of way of leading as a teammate. And I'd be very curious to see, as we see the preeminent player of this generation being LeBron James, certainly manages teammate relationships completely differently. And I'm being told we're going to give this one more shot. So, Scott, if you can hear me, as a coach now yourself, do you think the kind of leadership, the tough love, if you will, that we saw illustrated from Michael back in those days, does that sort of thing work with today's players?
It would never work. Kids have a lot of egos. They've never been coached. They've never been pushed. And I can't say everyone, but for the most part, they've never been challenged every day. In today's AAU circuit, if kids aren't happy with a team, they'll go to a different team instead of working through issues or instead of getting better. So it makes it tougher to be Michael Jordan and push people the way he did back in the day compared to today's coaches and today's society. People consider it bullying, what Michael did. I think it was just challenging people to be the best person they could be.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.